Stam Garden Center. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
The Albia After Prom Haunted House is open Friday and Saturday nights in October from 8 to 11 p.m. Admission is just $10. Free parking at the Monroe County Fairgrounds in Albia. It's the Albia After Prom Haunted House. Fridays and Saturdays in October from 8 to 11 p.m.
We hope to see you there.
Enchanted Events Venue of Sigourney presents a formal dinner and silent auction fundraising for the children on Saturday, October 26th. Benefits go to funding for school supplies, winter clothing, and holiday gifts for students in need at Pekin, Sigourney, Keota, and Tri-County schools. Donations for area food pantries will also be accepted at the door. Cost is $25 per person at the door, or a table of 8 for $200. Donations are being accepted for the silent auction. Enchanted Events Venue is located just south of Sigourney off Highway 149 at 20595 255th Street. Fundraising for the children formal dinner and silent auction is Saturday, October 26th from 5:30 to 10 p.m. Reserve your seats today. Adam Clark for Sheriff. Veteran Integrity Leadership. Adam Clark, candidate for Keokuk County Sheriff, is a native of Keokuk County. He's devoted his adult life to service at both the national and community levels. In addition to his service as a law enforcement professional, Adam works extensively with local youth programs and is actively involved in the community. Some of Adam Clark's initiatives are to strengthen the Keokuk County Sheriff's Department. He wants to collaborate with communities countywide and work to establish a school resource officer. Vote Adam Clark for Sheriff at the general election November 5th. The Watch Your Opera House presents the Midwest Country Music Organization New Artist of the Year, Jordan Beam, featuring John Griffiths, this Saturday at 7 p.m. Tickets are just $10. Get them at watchyouroperahouse.org or get them at the door. See one of the Midwest's best with Iowa's Jordan Beam this Saturday night, 7 p.m. at the Watch Your Opera House.
As these Iowa skies.
Delta Fire and Rescue presents the Delta Haunted House at 109 North Center Street in Delta. Admission is just $10 per person. The Delta Haunted House is open each Friday and Saturday throughout October and on Halloween night from 8 to 10 p.m. Food and drinks will be available for purchase, and now accepting cash and most major credit cards. It's the Delta Fire and Rescue Delta Haunted House, Fridays and Saturdays in October and on Halloween night.
And here's your host, Steve Shedler.
Hey, and welcome in. It is the morning wake up here on Steve Shetler Media. It's a Wednesday. Neil, how you doing today? Oh, no, Neil. Neil, where are you, Neil? Neil Crott is not here. He had something pop up, so maybe he'll come in tomorrow. I don't know. We'll find out together. So tune in then. Hey, we are doing the morning wake up here on Steve Shetler Media. It is brought to us by our good friends at Stam Garden Center and Nursery, located right along Highway 92 East, Oskaloosa. Experience the color at Stam Garden Center and Nursery. Don't forget about Autumn Acres for some fall fun, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6, closed on Sundays. That is Stam Garden Center and Nursery. We broadcast live each weekday morning from the Oski Dental Studios. Schedule your appointment with Dr. Schuster at 641-673-4845, accepting new patients. Oski Dental going to file your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta Dental provider at 902 South 17th Street, Oskaloosa. We thank Oski Dental and Stam Garden Center and Nursery for being big supporters, big sponsors on the morning wake up. Let's take a look at our cold forecast. Man, it is chilly out. Freeze warning officially until 9 a.m. this morning. What does that mean? Well, let me tell you here in a second. A freeze warning for southeast Iowa. Sub-freezing temps. We're in the mid-20s right now, and that's for portions of, obviously, our viewing and listening area till 9 a.m. Frost and freeze conditions could kill crops, other sensitive vegetation, possibly damage unprotected outdoor plumbing. So if you haven't, put a sheet or something over your outdoor plants, they're probably goners by now. It's probably a lost cause. But, that freeze warning in effect for today till 9 a.m. Widespread frost. Otherwise sunny today and a high around 60. Calm winds becoming west around 5 miles per hour. Tonight, some areas of frost. Otherwise clear, a low of 33. Sunshine and breezy for your Thursday, a high of 68. Clear tomorrow night, low of 42, and then sunny on Friday, a high of 72. Right now, current conditions, humidity at 89%, northwest winds under 5 miles per hour, the barometer at 30.50, and dew point at 26. We do have 27 degrees, chilly degrees, here in the big town of Sigourney, Iowa. And that is your weather. It's sponsored by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. Stop in and see Cindy at 105 South Jefferson in Sigourney. Earlier today, we put up our This or That, and we do that every weekday morning at 6 a.m. on Steve Shetler Media Facebook. It's brought to us by Stacy Flynn at the Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. I tell you what, this is impossible to choose today. Sausage or bacon? Breakfast. I mean, you put some eggs with that and some toast, and that's all you need. Sausage, bacon, eggs, and toast. And a nice big glass of orange juice. I don't know. I can't decide. This is just both. I need both. Both of these in my life right now. Sausage and bacon, this or that, brought to us again by Stacy Flynn, Legacy Insurance Group, and Welcome Realty. Coming up later on today, we've got our question of the day. It's brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa, 202 North Main in Sigourney. Have you turned your heat on yet? That's our question of the day. I'd say after this past night, last couple of nights, you at least got to get a little spurt of some heat. I turned the heat on this morning. I had it on for just a little bit yesterday, just to warm the house up just a little bit. And again, doing that this morning. So have you turned your heat on yet? That is our question of the day. Goes up at noon. You can answer that. Our question of the day brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa. Let's look at our tournament. Our For the Fun of It tournament for October, Scary Movie Villains. It's brought to us by Mayhem Haunted House in Ottumwa. Keep in mind, they've got their haunted house Fridays and Saturdays all the way through the first weekend in November for $15 in Ottumwa. Mayhem Haunted House. Our matchup going on right now till 6 p.m. this evening is Hannibal Lecter versus Alien from the movie Aliens. Hannibal Lecter versus Alien. So, Clarice. Hello, Clarice. Hannibal Lecter, I think, has the lead right now. Thumbs up for Hannibal, the cannibal, or heart for Alien. Give a loving heart for the scary Alien, or the thumbs up for Hannibal Lecter. That is our matchup going till 6 p.m. this evening. Let's take a look at our overall tournament. So far, those are the folks that have moved on to the second round. Second round matchups have Jason versus Chucky, Michael Myers versus Dracula, Frankenstein versus Jaws. How do you pick a winner in that one? mummy monster against, or not a mummy, a zombie monster against a giant shark. Interesting. And then the winner of our current matchup, Hannibal versus Alien, going against Freddy Krueger in the second round. So, I don't know. If I had to pick a Final Four right now, out of these matchups, I'm going Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, Jaws, because Jaws is going to eat Frankenstein, and then Freddy Krueger. That'd be a pretty good Final Four. It's got to come down to like Jason versus either Freddy or Michael Myers, doesn't it? I don't know. Well, we'll see. Those are my picks, though. Our For the Fun of It tournament brought to us by Mayhem Haunted House in Ottumwa. Let's put up our football schedule. It's brought to us by Sheets Chiropractic in Sigourney. I was just in to see Katie yesterday. I did a stupid thing with my back over the weekend. I was helping my wife out at her new office. It's just, don't tell anybody, but it opened yesterday. Let's see here. I went to Katie because I was lifting up. I was doing the manly man thing. I was doing the manly man thing, lifting up some filing cabinets. Not like giant filing cabinets, but kind of the half-size filing cabinets. And I did a number on my back. So have a nice knot in my back that I went in and saw Katie for, and she kind of worked it out. Put some of that tape, that magic tape that Katie has at Sheets Chiropractic. She put some of that on my back. That'll be fun to rip off all my back hair later on. Anyway, Sheets Chiropractic bringing us our football schedule for this week. Coming up on Friday, Pekin at Louisa Muscatine, EBF at Sigourney Keota, Montezuma at Twin Cedars, English Valleys at New London. We've got Cardinal at Pleasantville. Our second screen here has North Tama at North Mahaska. We've got Oskaloosa at Burlington, Ottumwa at Des Moines East, Mid Prairie at Albia, and Winfield Mount Union at HLVTC. Our area football schedule brought to us by Sheets Chiropractic in Sigourney. What's left here? What haven't we done? Let's take a look at our weekend schedule here on Steve Shetler Media. Before we do that, I do want to give a shout out to Bridget's Public House. We were there last night for TNT. Had a nice conversation last night with the guys from RC Racing, the remote control race cars. They do that in Lighton and at the Penn Central Mall. At least these guys do that we talked to last night. Interesting interview. You know, it was just one of those it was racing related, but it was a little bit different. And it was pretty cool. So go back and watch that video from last night. Educate yourself on remote control car racing. It's pretty interesting stuff. We did that live at Bridget's Public House in Oskaloosa. We'll be there again coming up next Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. We're doing the TNT Tuesday night tune-up through the end of this month. Coming up on Friday, 11:30 a.m., we'll be at Barnwired in Sigourney for our Iowa Music Showcase. That young lady, Neva Alden. If you're looking her up, that's Neva. Neva Alden will be our guest on this Friday's Iowa Music Showcase. A live interview with live original music from Neva, so make sure you stop in, be part of the live audience, or tune in here on Steve Shetler Media. Friday night, we've got football. Pekin wrapping up the regular season at Louisa Muscatine. If you don't want to make that road trip, you can watch it live here on Steve Shetler Media. If you have friends, family that can't make it to the game, maybe live out of state or live out of the area, share the video with them. Make sure they know that they can watch it here on Steve Shetler Media. Josh, Zach, and I will be at Louisa Muscatine, 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock for the kick. And, of course, Pekin in the playoffs, so we'll be following them as far as they go in the football playoffs. Coming up on Saturday morning, a big sports section live from Brothers Market in downtown Sigourney. As we mentioned, Friday night, we wrap up the regular season for the majority of our area teams. We'll have Coach Weber from Pekin, Coach Jensen from Sigourney Keota, and then our special guest on Saturday morning will be Hall of Fame coach Bob Howard, who won three state football titles here in Sigourney with Sigourney Keota. So tune in. It's going to be a great show Again, 3 great coaches coming up Saturday morning on the sports section. Let's take a look at some stuff on our community calendar. So much stuff happening here in October. One thing I do want to point out, Bowling for Bruns, or Bruns, however you want to say it. I grew up calling the Bruns family the Brunses. Bowling for Norman. Norman's been having some health issues here recently. They're going to have a Bowling for Norman Bruns coming up on Friday, December 20th. Auction, bingo, bake sale. You can see all the info there at Keokuk County Bowl. So that's Friday and Saturday at Keokuk County Bowl. So put that on your calendars and help out Norman and some of his medical expenses that he is incurring. What else we got on the calendar? We do have that clothing drive still continuing on, sponsored by the Sigourney Key Club. Make sure you get a hold of one of the members of the Key Club to take part and donate for that. And then also, I want to point this out. We've got Dixie Shipley in Delta, the big town of Delta, wanted me to tell you guys about Delta's sesquicentennial coming up next fall. Now, there's going to be a meeting coming up on Monday, October 21st at the Delta Town and Country Center in Delta at 6:15 p.m. in the dining area. You can attend and bring lots of ideas for what could happen, what you could do for Delta's sesquicentennial. Say that fast 3 times. Sesquicentennial. Sesquicentennial. And Delta, September 6th and 7th of next year. Again, that meeting on Monday, October 21st at the Delta Town and Country Center. Let's jump into our birthdays. Happy birthday. All right, birthdays for today. Brought to us by Hometown Real Estate, Nikki Leathers, your realtor. Go to hometown-re.com for more information and listings. I do want to point out, if you go back and look at yesterday's birthdays, I actually had both sides of my birthdays listed as celebrity birthdays. I don't know how that happened. Everybody was a celebrity yesterday. But today's hometown birthdays on the right side of the screen there, we've got my friend Corwin Colebrook from here in Iowa. I met Corwin through country music. He's a nice bass player. Now he also does professional wrestling refereeing on his weekends. So Corwin, he's an interesting guy. He and I like the same things. Corwin with the birthday. We've got Diane Reed. She's probably out running somewhere right now. Diane Reed with a birthday. We've got, let's see, it would be my second cousin, Pat Fisher. Pat with a birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Pat. Big Hawkeye fan. And then Ricky Steigers with a birthday today. Ricky, thanks for sending me your birthday. Appreciate that. Hope you all have a great birthday on this October 16th. Celebrity birthdays for today. We've got actor Barry Corbin turning 84 today. Actor Tim Robbins, 66. Flea, the bass player from Red Hot Chili Peppers, known to strip down on stage and play bass. He's 62 years old. Wendy Wilson from Wilson Phillips, hold on for one more day. 55 years old for Wendy. John Mayer, the singer, guitar player, entertainer, 47 years old. And then baseball's Bryce Harper is 32. Your birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Make sure you check out hometown-re.com. Those are your birthdays. And hey, hope you're off to a good start on this Wednesday. Again, Wednesday, October 16th. Currently a chilly 26 degrees here in Sigourney, Iowa. Good morning to everybody. Let's take a look at some historical moments. On this date in history is back in 1869, a hotel in Boston, became the first to ever have indoor plumbing. Before that, you had to run outside and go. So, 1869, first hotel with plumbing, indoor plumbing in Boston. On this date in 1899, Marconi, kind of the grandfather of radio, what they're saying here, he demonstrated radio for the very first time. I don't know what exactly it means to demonstrate radio, but Marconi did it back in 1899. On this date in 1941, the football penalty flag was thrown for the very first time. It was introduced on this date back in 1941. And then on this date in 1968, a rock band called the New Yardbirds played their very first concert in London. The New Yardbirds would go on to change their name to Led Zeppelin. So Led Zeppelin debuting on this date, 1968. Today, on the National Day calendar, it's National Sports Day. Sports. It's if you're fancy, it's National Liqueur Day. Or Liquor Day. Liquor? I hardly know her. It's World Food Day. It's Global Cat Day. Global Cat Day. It's National Department Store Day, National Dictionary Day, and National Bosses Day. I got to get my boss something. Oh, I'm the boss. Who's the boss? I'm the boss. That's your days on today's national calendar. Before we go 1 second later into the show, let's hear from our headline sponsor, Stam Garden Center and Nursery.
Stam Garden Center. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
Cranberry wine from Tassel Ridge Winery packs a tart cranberry punch with a smooth and sweet finish. It can be served as an aperitif during a holiday meal, as the main wine, or as dessert. Whenever I taste cranberry wine from Tassel Ridge Winery, I start thinking about the turkey. Consider serving Tassel Ridge cranberry wine at your holiday gatherings. Cranberry wine is best when served chilled. Cranberry wine is available at the winery and at many of our nearly 400 retail outlets in Iowa. If you don't see Tassel Ridge cranberry wine at your favorite store, be sure to ask the manager to get it for you. Tassel Ridge Winery is located in Lighton on Highway 163 between Pella and Oskaloosa and is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 10 to 6, and Sunday from noon to 6. Check our website at tasselridge.com.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to enjoy their dreams.
Try it again. You're getting the hang of this. Good job.
American Family Insurance.
Contact Christy Tarr in Oskaloosa, 641-673-8965.
When shopping here at Helmuth Ford, we will do our best to put you in the vehicle that you want, that you love, and that is safe for your family.
Your safety is our focus. That's why we are a full-service repair facility.
We'd love to sell you a vehicle of your choosing. If we don't have it, we'll do our best to find it for you. If you're looking for a vehicle with low miles, a great price, and a friendly atmosphere, come visit us here at Helmuth Ford.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
See our full inventory at helmuthford.com.
Bridget's Public House is an Irish pub located at 208 First Avenue East, Oskaloosa. Bridget's Public House hopes you find it a warm, welcoming space that also serves delicious, unique Irish-based options created in their kitchen. And don't forget a cold beverage of choice. Located just off the square next to True Value. Come in and check out the unique decor at Bridget's Public House while enjoying a beverage or food. Follow Bridget's Public House on Facebook and stop in person at 208 First Avenue East, Oskaloosa. That's Bridget's Public House. Locally owned and operated. Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. It's more than a drugstore. They offer framing, merchandise like collectibles, a gift shop, crafts, college gear, and more. Plus cards, candles, and a whole lot more. Mahaska Drug is open late and on the weekends to fit your lifestyle. For more than just a drugstore, call 641-673-3439 or stop by Mahaska Drug at 205 North E Street in Oskaloosa. Mahaska Drug. It's more than a drugstore. Watch Pekin Panther football live right here this fall on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook, and YouTube with live announcers and an updated scoreboard, plus an area scoreboard to keep you updated on other schools of interest. It's Pekin Panther football live right here on Steve Shetler Media. Yeah, we got one more regular season game to go with Pekin football. Pekin at Louisa Muscatine. That'll be this Friday night right here on Steve Shetler Media for your live streaming video. Tune in 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock for the kick. We thank Stam Garden Center and Nursery for being our headline sponsor on the mornings. We do thank Oski Dental for sponsoring our studios. Let's do some things you need to know. Whoa. Some things you need to know. A new study says the more content you consume, the more strain on your mental health. They say that 36 days of the year are now lost to scrolling, streaming, and binging content. 36 days a year. Other things you need to know. Scientists in California say that in a groundbreaking experiment, 2 people actually communicated with each other in their dreams. What? And this is the second story in things you need to know. I think this needs to be the new headline story in like the world right now. Again, according to this, they say 2 people have actually communicated with each other in their dreams. That's real life, according to this. That's crazy. I need more information on that. Other stuff you need to know, there is a big pumpkin. You know, we always see big pumpkins at the Iowa State Fair every year. But let's see here. The country's biggest pumpkin has weighed in at 2,471 pounds. If somebody watching wants to Google to see how big the Iowa State Fair biggest pumpkin was this year, for comparison's sake. Again, this one was grown by a guy in Minnesota. This was at a Great Pumpkin Weigh-In contest out in California, and the champion weighed 2,471 pounds. Interesting. Walgreens, they say they plan to close roughly 1,200 stores over the next 3 years, which includes 500 closures coming up next year alone. So a bunch of Walgreens will be saying goodbye. Meanwhile, True Value also having trouble. Meanwhile, after 75 years of being in business, True Value has filed for bankruptcy. Now they're selling their company-owned stores to the rival Do It Best. However, 4,500 True Value stores across the country are independently owned and will remain open. So if you have a local True Value, don't totally freak out. I know the one in Oskaloosa is remaining open because they are independently owned. So there you go. And then one more thing on the business front, as far as businesses closing, the very last surviving Kmart store in New York is closing its doors forever on Sunday. So Kmart will be no more after this weekend. The last store in New York closing up shop. How about this? Starting at the end of November 29th, you'll be able to buy Taylor Swift's The Tortured Poets Department, the Anthology, on vinyl and CD, exclusively at Target. The CD will include 4 acoustic bonus songs, while the vinyl album includes a poster of Taylor Swift. So, I'm so happy, Taylor. Taylor going to make more money. Let's see here. Let's go to UCLA. A professor of astrophysics posted a TikTok video this week pointing out that his $70,000 a year salary was not enough to allow him to live near the school. But then he also mentioned that the football coach has an annual salary of $3 million a year. So, football brings in a ton of money. So the coach should get paid a good amount of money. Being a teacher of astrophysics, it doesn't have quite the economic boom that a football coach does. So, you have to think about things like that. Coca-Cola recalling over 13,000 cases of Minute Maid Zero Sugar lemonade after an investigation discovered that the zero sugar drinks were actually loaded with sugar. So they had to recall their Minute Maid Zero. You were actually getting sugar when they said you weren't. Let's go ahead and do some today's Impossible Question. Impossible question. 1 in 1,000 people have heard this sound in the last year. What is it? What's the sound? 1 in 1,000 people have heard this sound in the last year. People used to hear this sound all the time. So what are we talking about? Think about that. Let's go to the comments while we're thinking about our question. Bubby, good morning to you. Good to see you up and at 'em this morning. Dan, good morning to you. Patrick, Sandy, Sherry, Cindy, Kay has it at 55 in her house. It was 65 in our house this morning, Kay, and that's when I turned the heat on. It's actually getting kind of hot in the studio now, but 55, that is chilly. Dixie, Eloise, Nancy, got Patrick in there again. Yeah, good morning to all of you. Today's impossible question. 1 in 1,000 people have heard this sound in the last year. It is a busy tone. Really? Only 1 in 1,000? I guess on cell phones, you don't, if you're calling somebody else on a cell phone, which most everybody has a cell phone now, you don't hear the busy signal anymore. That's for like home lines and landlines is what I'm trying to say. So people don't hear busy tones all that much anymore. It goes straight to voicemail or whatever. Interesting. Let's get weird.
That is weird.
In some weird this morning, I was going to ask Neil about this. Again, Neil couldn't make it in this morning because there are some slimy on the outside, firm and spongy on the inside, and surprisingly combustible, gooey blobs that are washing ashore in Newfoundland, is how you say that. I was going to ask Neil for a laugh if he had been taking a bath on the shores of Newfoundland, where these blobs were washing up. And maybe if he was passing gas while taking a bath, and then the gooey blobs. Anyway, he's not here, so it's not funny. You can't laugh at that. Yeah. Also, it was going to be funny to talk about how there were streaks. No, the streaks weren't going to be the funny part. Streaks of purple and white light were seen over South Australia's southeast skyline last Friday night, mate. The phenomenon, they're calling it Steve. I don't know why. Streaks of purple and white light. They're calling it Steve in Australia. It's not understood. Sky gazers in South Australia's southeast have spotted that mysterious atmospheric phenomenon. So, Steve, I am a mysterious phenomenon with purple and white streaks in the sky. Not in my underwear, in the sky. Let's go to Florida. A Florida man returning home after 3 days of sheltering from Hurricane Milton to find an alligator swimming laps in his pool. Emile de Cuba, or Cuba, said that he returned to his home in Stuart, in Florida, after 3 days at his mother-in-law's, where he was hiding out from the hurricane. He was relieved to see his house was not seriously damaged by the hurricane. He said his relief turned to shock, though, when he spotted an alligator inside of his swimming pool. So, they had to get some people to come and get the alligator out. But that's what happens during hurricane season. Let's go to the files of law and disorder. In some disorder, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, those rednecks down in North Carolina. Man accused of threatening violence against FEMA workers responding to Hurricane Helene in North Carolina. He's been arrested, according to authorities. William Jacob Parsons, 44, faces a charge of going armed to the terror of the public after his arrest in Rutherford County. My name's William Jacob Parsons. I'm from Rutherford County. You don't come in here, FEMA. The local sheriff's office said in a news release on Monday. The law enforcement agency added that Parsons had a rifle and a handgun on him at the time of his arrest and was released later that evening. Yeah, he didn't want FEMA coming in to help people in North Carolina. We help ourselves. Let's go to some good news, something that might possibly make you smile.
Something that makes you smile.
Something to make you smile, brought to us by our good friends at Lifetime Dental Solutions. They have solutions for every dental problem, for every dental budget at Lifetime Dental Solutions. Give them a call at their new location at 115 South Jefferson in Sigourney, 641-622-2669. Now, our Something to Make You Smile story might actually make you smile and cry. I'm so happy. When Erica Carr, this is actually a sad story, but it has a good ending. When Erica Carr found out in September that she likely had less than 3 months to live, the single mom of 2 young kids decided to try to raise $5,000 to pay for her own funeral costs. Again, she knew she was going to die. She simply wanted to cover her funeral costs before she passed away, and perhaps to have a little extra money left over to take care of her I believe, sons. Jeremiah is 7, or no, it'll be a boy and a girl. Jeremiah is 7, Aaliyah, 5 years old. As of Monday morning, the GoFundMe raising $1.2 million. Again, she was shooting for $5,000 to cover her own funeral expenses and maybe a little for her kids. Brought in now $1.2 million for the family. But here's the sad news. The 30-year-old passed away last week, according to a social media post by a woman who says that she is Erica Carr's cousin. So again, good news with some sad news. Again, people really coming through. Over $1 million for that woman who passed away, and then she did die. But again, her 2 kids left with over $1 million to pay funeral costs, and now they've got a little bit of a nest egg for when they grow up. That good news story will go up on Facebook, my Facebook page, at about 7:45 this morning, brought to us by Lifetime Dental Solutions. Let's go back to the duh.
Duh.
In some duh this morning, let's go to Spain. I think a 26-year-old British man has died after falling from a Spanish bridge while attempting to create social media content. I mean, I do some stupid things occasionally for content, but not going to put my life in danger. The man, who is yet to be named by police, fell while climbing a bridge in Spain, the local mayor's office said in a statement on Sunday. His name is Macarena. Hey, Macarena. Macarena Muniz, the city's counselor for citizen safety, said the man was accompanied by a 24-year-old British national, and the pair had traveled to the structure to create content for social media. Didn't end well. The guy died. So don't be stupid when trying to create social media content.
Duh.
Just go do football games or something for social media content. Or, do your forecast, which I will next. One last look at our forecast. It's cold this morning. Freeze warning till 9 a.m. If you didn't take care of your outside vegetation, it's dead. Widespread frost today, mainly before 9 a.m., otherwise sunny and a high around 60 today. We will get back into the 70s by Friday and this weekend. Your weather always brought to us by The Garden Gate. Our morning wake-up always brought to us by our friends at Stam Garden Center and Nursery just outside of Oskaloosa along Highway 92 East. And, of course, we broadcast from the Oski Dental Studios. Give them a call at 641-673-4845. By the way, go to the Oski Dental Facebook page. They are doing their annual pumpkin decorating contest at Oski Dental. They put up pictures of the different pumpkins that are decorated, and you can vote by giving the pumpkins that you like the thumbs up. So go to the Oski Dental Facebook page. Vote on their pumpkin contest and make sure you get your vote in. That's Oski Dental. Video-wise, let me look up at our schedule for today. We've got, of course, In Remembrance Of at 8 a.m. Maybe we'll have some country music news. I don't know. My country music news has been unreliable. It kind of gets here when it gets here. So we'll put it up at some point this week. Successful Farming at 5:30. We do have the Sigourney, Iowa City Council meeting coming up at 6 o'clock this evening, along with all of our other normal Facebook stuff that we put on throughout the day. That'll do it for your morning wake-up. Yeah, I'm reading Julie Tremel's comments. Yes, two people would have to be on the phone line. Yes, to get the busy signal. Beep, beep. That'll do it for today. You guys have a great day. Bundle up if you're going outside this morning. It is a cold one. You guys have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.